it's Emily. Welcome back to this page. So in this video, I'm going to do something that I've been thinking about this past night when I was partially dreaming or something, because I thought about video ideas and I figured that it would be fun and, I don't know, maybe weird to roast my art. I think I've seen this from another YouTuber. I think it's Ethan Baker or Ergo Josh. I don't know, someone did it, and they roast subscribers' art, but like they actually give tips. But I wanted to do it for my own artwork because I'm going to release a new artwork this year, and I would like to find a way to create better content that represents really more of who I am and everything. And so before I do that, I think it could be fun to take a look at 10 of my artworks, actually criticize it and tell you what I think is really bad or just that I did wrong, and then we can take it from here. And maybe as just a way to like cheer myself up, I will also do the opposite, which is praise myself. But I do consider that my most recent pieces are better quality, so if they're not in the book, I will insert them, but I will still insert all the pictures because I will look on the book and then insert them for you to take a look, so we can roast each artwork together. Let's just get started. So we can start with the cover artwork. This one is called Naturalis Flora. This was actually done for a contest on Sakuems' Patreon page from years ago. She had a contest for, I think the theme was to throw something elemental. So I picked the nature as it is, and I thought to myself, specifically towards Gaia and Mother Nature, and I thought about the tree of life and everything, and that was my steady idea. So this is the sketch which I really liked, and I have a problem with my work is whenever I'm sketching a great concept art and I'm working on it, I don't like the outcome. I feel like I'm really losing the feel of it, the instinct of it, the emotions, and everything is just too polished. I feel like my work, as I'm working on them, I tend to overwork stuff and it turns boring and very stiff, and like I don't like it too much. And I would like my work to be more organic and more sketchy looking, even as a finished artwork. To keep that sketchy look is very hard. So this is the sketch and the finished piece, and I was very proud of it. I spent, I think, 30 hours on this. There's a lot of work, a lot of layers, a lot of colors. Like, this is a lot of work, but I hated it. I don't hate it, but I didn't like the outcome. I feel like it's overworked, is too saturated. The background doesn't really blend because I have layers instead of working it as it's like a sculpture. You have a mass. When you're working on a painting, you should work on as a whole and knowing what the scenery, like what the scene looks like, and I'm just slapping layers on layers, and everything just looks like a paper mache or like a collage of something, and I didn't like it. There's parts of it that I like, but general idea after years looking at it, especially also because I really thought to myself that I could win something in this contest, and I was far from it. I didn't get anything. I didn't win anything, and I mean the winner had also just more organic results. The work looked very organic, very concept art looking, more movement, harsh lines, just has a whole very much like interesting results and texture, and mine looked boring and stiff, and just, it's a tree of life, but I didn't really see much life in it, and I was really upset with the results because I think I've overworked it. It's on the cover, and I think it's, I mean, I love colors, but I do think it's oversaturated. I think I tend to get away with my work by using like rainbow colors, which is not ideal all the time because it's very crowded. Like there's a lot of things involved in the work. I'm not like the best at digital art. I tend to have it too polished, too saturated, too contrasted, and very stiff. It lacks movement, even though stuff is coming. I don't know, it didn't really show what I really would like it to show and portray. But I mean, I still like it, but for the amount of work that I put into this, it I don't know, I was really fed up with digital art in the end because of the outcome, so I'm not a huge fan. Next piece, let's take a look. First things first, the title of this piece, at the time, I talked about it in a video, but I entitled this Black Angel. Some people, not everyone, are screaming towards me in the comment section telling me that this is racist, that I shouldn't be calling her like that because she has dark skin, blah blah blah. The only reason I named this piece Black Angel is because she has black wings. That's it. Like, black wings, literally just black wings. Because when I drew and colored this piece, I thought about making her a dark angel with dark wings, and I could call her Dark Angel if you don't want it to be too offensive, but black is just a color. Stop making like drama and making situations and contexts being racist when it's just a word. I wasn't referring to her skin color because she doesn't actually have a dark skin. She's tan, but she's not in any way referring to any ethnicity that has a dark skin. A very tan girl, and she has dark wings. But what I don't like about this piece, first of all, I'm not a huge fan of how I drew the face. I feel like she looks a little bit silly. The hair is not the worst, but I didn't really like the haircut itself. Wasn't a huge fan. The shading on the skin is horrible. Like, I've did it with copic markers, and I'm looking at it right now, and like blending is off. And I mean, there's stuff poking out of the skin because I had like under layers because I didn't know how to create the dark skin tone. So it's very grainy looking, and I wasn't a huge fan of that. I think I rushed it. I tend to color too quickly, so I don't like that. The line work is not great. It's very shaky. I tend again to work too fast sometimes. So not a huge fan. The only thing I really like about this piece is the dark wings and the transparency of the sleeve. I also like the actual like outfit, especially the bottom, because this is like very lingerie looking. Like, this is quite nice, but she's also maybe a bit like too sexualized. Like, I tend to cover more my characters now. Or if they're naked, I cover the nipple, and like, I like things to be erotic, like sensual, but not sexual, so I tend to cover things. Copic markers is hard, and skin color rendition, like rendering skin, is also really hard, so not a huge fan. I really need to practice darker skin tone, which I think I will do because I want to be more inclusive too in my artwork. So this is Chantala in the Sky. This is a very old piece that I did years ago, and it took me forever to finish it because I just didn't like her. First of all, doing the paper itself, I've used a mixed media lined texture watercolor mixed media paper, which I hate so much, because it's a very hard texture to work with. The copic markers didn't like it at all, so I had to use a lot of watercolor and pencils, and the shading was not ideal. It took me forever to finish the hair, and it's incorporating new colors within the hair was tedious. The skin tone was actually quite rendered well, but because she has basically the same skin tones as her hair color, I felt like she was over blended with it. Like, it's pretty much the same swatch of tan all over the place. And the earrings were supposed to pop out, and they don't really, they do pop out because they're big, but I didn't like it. I like the shirt, but I don't know, wasn't a huge fan. And the idea is weird, like Esmeralda in the sky, in the galaxy. I was really confused. I do like the eyes, but the general feel that came within this when I finished it was nah, it's boring. What I would change is color-wise, I think I would go either for lighter hair, or I don't know, maybe lighter, because the background is blue, so I like that, but I would maybe go for lighter hair and darker skin that has more purple undertones, and maybe bring back the blue from the actual galaxy skies, and probably switch to silver jewelry because they would pop a lot more, because within silver I can incorporate blue tones that will also bring back the color scheme from the background. That would be a lot better, but it took me years to just accept that I did this piece, and it was also sitting in my store for years because nobody would want to spend money on that because it's so simple. So yeah, not a fan of that one. I would like my artwork to portray a little bit more. This one is called Dangerous Beauty, and it's also one of the artwork that I every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, I missed what I wanted to do, like, entirely. I remember I was actually really proud of it. I was doing like stuff, working on it, and like, yay! And then I finished the piece on a shikishi board, and I showed it to my mom, and I said to her, hey, I finished it, and I called her like Dangerous Beauty, so like beauté d'ange was like someone who's so beautiful that it's scary. The story behind her was that she was cursed at like just always portraying herself very beautifully towards men, but men basically just couldn't resist herself because she was pretty, but they also didn't fall for her as a person because of that. And so she was very unhappy, and she wanted to not be as beautiful anyways. So she was very sexy and very pretty and everything, and I wanted her to look very beautiful, but like not beautiful as a person, but as just her features. And my mom was like, my mom looked at the piece and she said to me, but she's not pretty. She has a weird face. And oh my gosh, I was so upset with that. It got me to like resent her and resent this artwork so much. I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. She has a weird face. She has a big nose. It's not balanced. And like, she's not an unpretty girl, but she's not very cute either. Like, oh my god, I was so upset. I finished the piece in like agony because shikishi boards are not easy to work with, and they're supposed to handle quite a lot of layers, but I was using watercolors and markers on top, and the markers were not absorbed in any ways. I had to lay a ton of pencil over this. It was a very hard process, and I like the concept art, but the rendering is not good, and I was really upset with that because it didn't really portray what I was actually going for. Eventually, maybe I will rework on this concept of someone being a dangerous attraction to people, because I think I would be better at now portraying that kind of person, that kind of energy. This piece is a great example of overworking. Not a huge fan. Let's do another one. I think I'm gonna do like a last roast, and then I will praise myself just to feel better. I mean, most of the artwork, I feel like I don't hate them, so it's good, but I can probably find a piece that I can roast. This is a good example. This Atlantis piece is one of my favorite artwork. The concept is great. Color-wise is amazing. I'm actually really happy. I think I can finish on that one because I can praise myself a lot, but I can also roast it. So I like the colors. I feel like it's a good mix of rainbow-like colors because the majority of the shading is still blue and purples, but I do have some yellows on very specific areas, and I think this is a great way to like create contrast into a piece without over coloring it, not making it look rainbow like. I do also like the overall line work because it's basically a clair-obscur feeling, which means that I'm not doing black lines on a white background. I'm actually doing white lines. Even though there's contour, there's a lot of white outlines on a darker background, which I like. What I don't like now is the face. Now, I wanted her to look very like fish looking and all like alien looking. The intentions are there, but the rendering is not the best because one eye is bigger. I think they are too big still. I don't like the nose. It's very rushed, no shape to it really. I don't like the tattoo like gems on the forehead because it's a little bit too much, and I would probably change the color maybe, I don't know. When I do like flip my artwork, it's very unbalanced. One part of the face is mushed and squished and the other one is actually quite nice. I really like the right side of her face, but the left side is not really what I was looking for. In most of my art, basically, the face is the focus point. So if it's not perfectly rendered on how I want it to be rendered, I feel like the artwork missed the point and like it's not, you know. So for Atlantis, it's good because I still overall it's well done for me at that time. So it saves the piece from being completely roasted, but I don't like the face. I don't think roasting more artwork is gonna help me. If you'd like me to do more videos where I actually give you color tips or any information about how to render something, color theory and all, I could do that. But that's basically it for this one. I hope you liked it. If you have any other ideas along those lines, maybe I can also review your artworks. I want to do another video that is not about my art, but about artists that I like. I think I'm going to do like a top 10 art inspo, because I think it's great to know when you like someone. It's really interesting to find out who they like, because you can learn from that, I think. So if you'd like to see that, then thumb up the video and I'll make it. Yeah, I think that's it. Stay safe and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!